Talk you through the 90 minutes of this game, this encounter between ABIA Angels and FC ROBO Queens. And I'll be joined by Itoro Jimmy on this one. The players are out on the pitch right now. ABIA Angels sporting their blue on blue, and of course FC ROBO Queens on their lemon shirts, shorts and socks. Well, quickly, let's take you through the lineup of both sides, starting with ABIA Angels. Their coach, of course, made a change, starting in between the sticks. Chikamso Inyama is in between the sticks for ABIA Angels instead of Fatima Oloko, who we have seen for every game from match day 1, 2, 3, and 4 for ABIA Angels. Because the coach has decided to change hands in between the sticks for them today. Chikamso Inyama is there. The rest favor Ihiagwaram, Chinaza Enuma, who is the captain of the side, Precious Obasi, Hannah Yusuf, Onyedikachi Ekezie, Lucky Uberu, Okenwa Chidera, David Wina, Miriam Abdurrashid, and Augustina Unamba. Going over to FC ROBO Queens. In post for them is Messi Olodu, and the rest of the sides. Joy Loitom is in defense, Favon Kocha, Yahaya Miriam. They'll be bossing the wings for FC ROBO Queens. We of course have Faith Emmanuel, who will be captain of the sides today. Kemi Adebui, the star player, Safurat Salawuddin, Tosin Rafiu, Okpeyemi Ajakaye, Esther Oyenezide, and Azizat Odunta, who has been spectacular for them in the defense line. Talking about FC ROBO Queens. Like I said, there is still pride to play for. Itoro, good morning to you. A warm welcome once again. It's the final lap of the NWFL Super 6. There is still much to play for. I mean, a lot of people would say this is the inconsequential game for today. But then again, they have pride to play for. Talking about both sides, ABIA Angels, who came in as debutants and have proven themselves, facing bigger sides. And then FC ROBO Queens, of course, was also proving that they are real fighters.
You know, good morning to you too, Nengi. You know, looking at these two sides, you can't say that the game they are playing is inconsequential because, I mean, they've all shown every team that has been here.
I mean, that's the popular word on the streets.
Yes.
That's why I said so.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, looking at this team, the entire 6, teams that participated in this championship, they've all given good account of themselves.
Oh, yes.
One thing that you can say for sure is that everyone has lost and everyone has won
exactly.
at some point, So kudos to every one of them. And honestly, looking at the game right now, for ABIA Angels, I'm really, really happy for them. I mean, coming for the first time, and should they win this encounter, they will be finishing the Super 6 with 8 points. They will be finishing with 8 points because currently they have 5 points right now, and they're sitting 4th on the log. Should ROBO Queens win, they go 6. So I mean, everyone has been able to get a point in this championship.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be a game that I believe both sides will take very seriously.
All right, both sides will need to take very seriously as Rashidat Abdul Ganiyu, the center referee, has sounded her whistle. And of course, ABIA Angels have gotten us on the way here at the Adokia Miasimaka Stadium. That will be a quick throw in from Chinaza Enoma for ABIA Angels. Okpeyemi Ajakaye gets it to Esther Oyenezide, who floats it across. Kemi Adeboye will get that. But of course, the assistant ref would say Kemi Adeboye has been caught offside. Rashidat Abdul Ganiyu, who is the center ref, did not spot that quickly until she decided to make that communication with the assistant ref. And of course, was able to blast the whistle and say that Kemi Adeboye was offside. Kemi Adeboye, like I would say, the star player for FC ROBO Queens, always the boss whenever she is with the ball, always poses a threat to her opponents. She has started the wave quite early in this game. And let's see what would come out. Chinaza once again will take that throw in. Yusuf Hannah. Now she will get that to Augustina Namba, who made her debut in the Super 6 in the other game, coming off from the bench, but this time around she starts for ABIA Angels. Cut offside, and FC ROBO Queens will float this forward. Well, Chikamso Iyama would do the needful, come out to get that ball after Lucky Ugberu guided it slowly to her to be able to gather it well. Favor Nkocha. FC ROBO Queens once again would locate Esau Yenezide on the wings. She would advance forward a bit, pause to see how fully she can connect. A shot in. She had the idea, which was to place it at the upper part of the left-hand side of the post. But Chikamso Iyama would take adjustments there. Bounces on the ball, it bounces and she gets a hold of it really well. I guess Chikamso Iyama has sat on the bench enough to see what Fatima Oloko has experienced with this ABIA Angels side, and she knows that, of course, she's in to make a change for her side. Let's see how that goes. A long throw, well placed in front of Hannah Yusuf, ready to take a shot, but Rashidat Abduganiyu blasted the whistle. She's been caught offside.
I really like to see the way Adebuyi Kemi is going to fare against the combination of...
Abdurrashid will send a shot in. Sorry to cut you there, Itoro. Abdurrashid Miriam sends a shot in, and Winner David was rightly positioned to do something useful with that, but the defensive line for FC ROBO Queens will say it's quite too early to give you that kind of a chance in this game. We know that it's the very last game, but we're all fighting for points. We know that we've been able to face the bigger sides and, of course, express ourselves in terms of trying to get goals. But then again, it's too early. FC ROBO Queens, they will locate Kemi Adeboye. Kemi Adeboye would have the idea to try and get past Chikamso Iyama, but that would not be possible. Chikamso would come outside.
Great decision by
exactly.
Chikamso. Beautiful decision. Because if she had waited 1 minute,
oh yes, later, Kemi would have gone past her.
She would have been punished.
Well, ABIA Angels begin today on 5 points after a campaign that has shown flashes of brilliance and resilience, while FC ROBO Queens, meanwhile, have been fearless, entertaining and never short of attacking intent, despite finding themselves outside the championship conversations. Of course, making their way. Abdurrashid there, a long cross into the box, held well by Messi Olodu, who gathers that one and not a threat for her.
If there's one player that has been quite consistent for ABIA Angels, it is Abdurrashid Miriam.
Oh yes, she has been quite consistent. Winner David on the run now. She would make it past 2 of her markers. She gets successfully into the box, but a little bit too much of push there. It's not out of danger yet. She gets that in, of course,
Augustina.
To Augustina. Augustina, back to Winner David. They would look for a way to connect well. Well, of course, the defensive line will trouble them. Miriam Yahaya there will trouble them so much. Troubles Winner David so much that she had to let go. It's a quick throw in. Salawuddin Safurat. Otunta Azizat takes that one, tries to float it into the area to locate her man. But that goes out. Otunta has been rock solid for FC ROBO Queens so far in the Super 6. A player that is worth taking a chance on. That's quick throw in. ABIA Angels into the box. Blue shirts there, ready to connect. Yusuf Hannah is blocked there. And still back to ABIA Angels. Oh, well, of course, she was ready to make that run, talking about Hannah Yusuf. but I think she already knew that she was offside before Rashida, the center referee, sounded her whistle. We're talking about how fearless FC Robo Queens has been in this conversation, and of course, for these two sides today, it's about ending on a high. Okpeyemi Ajakaye sent across in, trying to get to Kemi Adegbuyi, who went in a bit too much, and so that pass eluded her. Well, Chikamso Iyama is not taking a chance, Isitoro. She knows what the number of goals that they have conceded through Oloko Fatima, and she has taken a cue from that, knowing fully well that FC Robo Queens have displayed their attacking intent so far in this game, and of course in the competition generally. And so she wouldn't want to make any mistakes for her side, coming in for her first game in the Super 60 Toro.
I mean, for a goalkeeper that has not played any game at all in this championship, to come on and concede an early goal, it won't speak well of her. She's had enough time to sit down and take a look at what has been happening so far in the championship.
Oh, yes.
And stepping up on the final day, you don't want to concede an early goal. And let's see what happens, because, I mean, looking at the way Kemi is making those runs, I think FC Robo came here to make sure that they get 6 points from this game. But then again, let's see, because they have to, go past the likes of Uberu Loki and Enuma Chinasa, who have been rock solid there behind for Abia Angels.
Oh, Yenesi de Esther trying so much to detach from Enuma Chinaza, and she would send that to the middle of the pack. Trying to meet Tosin Rafiu there, but Rashidat would blow there with that contact. Ugweru Lucky. She gets it down to her man. Winner David sheds it rather, tries to bring it down and control it. But that wouldn't be possible. Cut offside as well. Much of the offside we've seen has been to the disadvantage of Abia Angels in this game. FC Robo Queens, as we all know, trying to build up calmly. Adegboye, a short one.
That was close.
A bit close, but of course goes whiskers wide away from the post. Otherwise, I think Chikamso wouldn't have seen that coming, because she never wanted to make that stretch there. I think she saw the ball directly moving away from her post, so there was no need for a kind of stretch like that. Okpeyemi to Esther Oyenezide. Faith Emmanuel will try to locate Favor Nkocha. Favor Nkocha would want to move past Favor Ihagwaram. Will she be able to do that successfully? Well, still trying to. She gets the ball into the box. A bit of a confusion there from Ugweru Lucky and Precious Abasi, but that's well cleared. Tosin Rafiu. Across. Kemi Adegbuyi. Almost at advantage there, but Ugweru Lucky quickly clears it. Faith Emmanuel. Abia Angels will snatch this right now. Once again, Itoro. Abia Angels once again caught in an offside position. I think the midfield needs to do their calculation up front very well before trying to cross the ball, try to locate Hannah Yusuf or Winner David, or even Augustina right here now. I think the calculation needs to start from the middle of the pack.
You're right about that, because those three names you mentioned have all been caught in an offside position in this match, and of course they need to do their job just about right. Even as we see that Precious Obasi is now trying to make a move for Abia Angels.
Well, Augustina is still with the ball. She's dispossessed there. Well, it will get back to Abia Angels in a very short time. Augustina gets that down to Yedikachi or Obasi Precious. She locates Augustina. Good cross. And once again, I've said it, that Obasi Precious And of course, all of the players in the midfield for Abia Angels needs to be able to calculate this very well, because like you just said, Augustine has been caught offside, Winner David has been caught offside, Hannah Yusuf also has been caught offside. Yet again, we see that mistake, that error come into play at the end of the day. So they need to do a lot of calculations there, talking about Abia Angels. Well, it's to get to Abdurrashid now. Winner David will make a chase for it, with Miriam Yahaya marking her closely. Winner David wins it for herself, tries to get in. But Hannah Yusuf would do well to try to clear that one. It's now back to FC Robo Queens, who would send across Okpeyemi Ajakaye. Will get that, tries to double past Amaka, makes it past them. But Enoma Chinaza, captain of Abia Angels, would really tell Okpeyemi Ajakaye. But ball possession now back to FC Robo Queens. Tosin Rafiu, Favon Kocha across there, but she's blocked. A good block from Abia Angels, courtesy of Favor Ihiagwaram. Tosin Rafiu, or that would be Favor Nkocha brought down there. Rashidat would say that would be an advantage for FC Robo Queens. A free kick, the very first of this encounter. Esther Oyenezide would step up. She's right behind the ball to take this one. Faith Emmanuel is also in the mix there, but moves away. Kemi Adebui, Okpeyemi Ajakaye, rightly positioned. Tosin Rafiu also in the mix there in the box. Esther Oyenezide takes it straight up into the arms of Chikamso Ihiyama. Not so much of a threat there. She saw the direction, positioned well, and gathered the ball. It's floated back into the middle of the park. Winner David was about to make a run, but it went back to Oduta Azizat. We haven't seen so much, but Winner Davis is advancing right now. She lifts it past the goalkeeper, and it's a goal. We have seen the first goal of this encounter, and it comes from Abia Angels. 14 minutes into this encounter, and Winner David has proven herself once again for Abia Angels. Look at that float, look at that pass from the middle of the park. I've always said this, that the calculation has to start from the middle of the park, and this time around, they got it correctly. Winner David was not caught offside, and she knew that if she had made much more run than what she had made, she might have, she might have wasted that chance.
Brilliant calculation.
Exactly, but she just floated it above Messi Olodu, who didn't see that coming.
Yes.
And it was well calculated, directed properly. This is what we call precision, and it goes straight at the back of the net. Oyenezide, a quick chance there, back to back.
You know, they've been knocking on the door for quite some time. It was just about time for them to get that goal.
Talking about Abia Angels?
Talking about Abia Angels. Yes, they've been caught offside
quite a number of times, yes.
So it was just about time. And brilliant decision from Winner David. A great crossing. And calculating herself, the distance between herself and the goalkeeper.
Exactly, and the post.
Loop the ball. And that was beautifully done.
Winner David again, once again on the chase. Hannah Yusuf and Oduta Azizat would need to do the work to clear the lines to do that, but it's back to Abia Angels. Abia Angels with that cross there.
Another offside flag raised.
Well, Abia Angels have gotten quite the chances in this game, but been caught offside. They have tried as much as possible to calculate very well and have been able to get themselves
this time around,
already at the advantage in this game. And again, you've seen that they have been able to make that effort, but being caught offside again. Maybe one of the chances that would come again, we might be able to see that they would convert that chance. But for now, they're doing what they can do as much as possible with those very great crosses from the middle of the park. Obasi Precious will chest this one, get it down to Abdurrashid Miriam. Abdurrashid Miriam sends a long cross for Winner David to catch up with.
Olodu Messi calculated that well this time around, to make sure that Winner doesn't beat her to it this time around. It could have been, 2 goals within 3 minutes. But then again, they have to, be quite careful. Talking about FC Robo Queens, we've seen that they've also showed some brilliance as well in front of goal.
but they haven't, gotten that very clinical chance.
And
She dispossesses it. Hamaka, talking about Ugberu Lucky. Kemi Adegboyi with a fantastic run there. She dispossesses, what's her name now? Ugberu Lucky. Quite brilliant there. But
I was just saying it that they have shown some brilliance in front of goal as well. However, this time around,
Chikamso, she doesn't take a chance.
Yeah.
And right here we have Augustina, who had to break that run. And Chinaza, well, not quite the direction that she had hoped that would go. But then again, look at that run from Kemi Adegboyi once again. Getting back to it, Chikamso had to come out and make sure that she clears her line, gathers the ball, prevents an equalizer. Okpeyemi, she gets that to Kemi. Kemi tries to make it past her marker there.
Brilliantly dispossessed. A clean job from.
And this is a dispossession. Okpeyemi gets a chance again. It's still back to Tosin Rafiu. Oh, well. For the last few minutes, immediately after winner David found the back of the net for Abia Angels, FC ROBO Queens have tried to push. That fighting spirit showed up. They rose to the occasion, and look at the back-to-back chances that they've been able to gather for themselves. Yet, I think they're quite unlucky, because look at that last play where Okpeyemi Ajakaye still got the rebound, got the chance to put it at the back of the net, but it just wasn't possible, as the defensive line was also strong for Abia Angels in that one. Chikamso is also rising to the occasion. We have seen that from her, but then again, with so much of cluster in that box, Rashida had to sound a whistle because there was a bit of contact also. Ugberu Lucky would float this one into the middle of the pack. Oyenezide meets it, gets it to Kemi Adegboyi. Well, she's cleared, really cleared by Ugberu Lucky. But Kemi Adegboyi slips and falls so hard. Rashida says this is going to be a free kick to FC ROBO Queens. They are second in this encounter. Will they be able to make use of this? Esther Oyenezide stands by.
Abia Angels, of course, know that this is a very, very, delicate position. They know what it means, to just have a goal lead.
And to have your opponent fighting back immediately.
Immediately to, make it all square. And that's what FC ROBO has been doing so far.
Well, this will be delivered straight up. And that, of course, is Loitam Joy, who took that free kick rather than Esther Oyenezide, who stepped back. She decided to try a shot, but of course that was wasted. A wayward one, I would call it. Ugberu Lucky sent one to locate Abdurrashid Mariam. It bounces and is out. A quick throw in for FC ROBO Queens. Rashida would sound a whistle for the player to get backwards. Tosin Rafiu. She would fire it forward with her boots pulling off, and she would quickly get that back on, talking about Salawuddin Safurat. Another cross from FC ROBO Queens. Esther Oyenezide right there, connecting so well with the cross. But the direction seems to be the problem at the end of the day. Not being able to get it rightly. But then FC ROBO Queens have done quite well with their crosses so far. Yusuf Hannah dispossessed quickly there by Faith Emmanuel. FC ROBO Queens have tried crosses from the far left straight into the box. They have been doing that for a while now. But the connection, the finishing touch seems to be the problem. Ugberu Lucky gets it back. Esther Oyenezide gets it after Okpeyemi misses there. She takes it forward. Across in. Chikamso Inyama gets it. She hasn't been threatened so much. She has not received enough of those threats from FC ROBO Queens. But of course, one thing that we have seen with FC Robo Queens is the fact that they quietly build. They calmly build. It doesn't matter if they are down by a goal, and that's a cross by Kemi into the box. Met very well with Ugberu Loki, who is now making the run down. She tries to locate Winner David. Winner David gets the ball, but quickly dispossessed there from Odunta Azizat, who tailed her correctly and gets it out.
You were saying something about FC Robo, building, building from the middle or from the back up front. I think we must also give kudos to the players like Okezio Yedikachi for Abia Angels, very lucky at the back, as well as the captain of the side in Numa Chinasa.
Ugberu Loki has cleared all the balls.
Who have been rock solid back there. They have been the reason why Robo.
And there you go, another run again. A potential one, a rebound. Well, Ugberu Loki, what we're just talking about, I've said it before, she clears all the ball up to the task in the defensive line for Abia Angels, and she has proven herself once more, clearing that ball. Esther Oyenezide, a very nice cross from Faith Emmanuel, located Esther. Esther who made it through into the box. And she was quickly dispossessed, but got a rebound. Winner David would make it past the markers, getting one of the defensive line of FC Robo Queens to slip there. But then you have Okpeyemi Ajakaye straight up with a cross that was far too much for Kemi Adegboyi to handle. Favon Kocha sent another one in, well above the crossbar. It's a fight here right now, and FC Robo Queens have been pushing Abia Angels to do more of the defensive work, as we have seen for the last few minutes. And I tell you for sure that Abia Angels are up to the task. I think FC Robo Queens have been very unlucky because they have come closely more than twice that we have seen.
Yes, this game is very balanced. If you take a look at it, I mean, it's been end-to-end stuff for both sides, and the same way Abia Angels are trying to push forward is the same way FC Robo Queens are trying to push forward. But like I said, we must really commend the likes of Enuma Chinasa, Okezio Yedikachi, and of course
Ugberu Loki
as well for Abia Angel. They've really been doing a very, very good job. And also the goalkeeper, Chikamso, who just came in today. She has been quite phenomenal. I think she has had more, she's had more action at her end compared to Olodu Messi.
Yeah, in the last few minutes.
Yeah, in the last few minutes. Yeah. So, and right now she's kind of receiving a medical attention. I think she probably slipped in that, attempt to block the pass from Okpeyemi Ajakaye a few minutes ago. And right now, as she is receiving medical attention, players stop right now at the Adoke Mesemaka Stadium here in Rivers State.
Well, of course, for this encounter, historically, FC Robo Queens have enjoyed the better of this fixture, winning 4 of the last 7 meetings between the sides. Abia Angels have managed 1 victory, while 2 encounters have ended level. But right now, we find that it's all on the side of Abia Angels, who were able to get a goal for themselves, courtesy of Winner David in the 14th minute. It's 25 minutes gone in this encounter. This encounter, of course, is between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens. If you're just joining us, FC Robo Queens are on their lemon shirts, shorts, and socks, which I think is changing colors, most especially for the socks right now. But then again, lemon is what they wear. And Abia Angels are on their blue shirts, shorts, and also socks. A run here, trying to be blocked, but Winner David would now collect this, gets it subtly to Yusuf Hanna, who couldn't, make use of that at the appropriate time. But, well, a good one, again, coming from the middle of the pack.
Another offside position.
Yes. Well, out of their struggles of being trapped offside, they have been able to get their calculation done rightly for once. And Winner David was able to use that opportunity. Okenwa Chidera has done so well for herself for the last few minutes also, trying to get connecting crosses. Obasi Precious will get it to Abdurrashid. Okenwa would make a run. Odunta Azizat would calmly guide that one to Messi Olodu, who launches it forward. Ugberu Loki would make a chase alongside Kemi Adegboyi. Very lucky gets it out quickly, but that's a throw in. Gets back to Kemi Adegboyi. Kemi would bring it backwards a bit for a cross that is blocked by Precious Obasi. Another opportunity here again. Potential one by Esther Oyenezide, who was trying to make it past Augustina there. But she would be clipped down, winning aside the free kick. And Oyenezide would still be there to take it. Hoping that her cross would make them find the back of the net at this minute. Esther launches it. Okpeyemi there trying to rise highest. Chikamso up to the occasion also. Tosin Rafiu also getting back that rebound and trying as much as possible to direct it to the post. But it goes out just whiskers wide again. We see the opportunities coming back to back. We see the rebounds also coming back to back in the box. And it's a corner. Esther delivers. Kemi would rise. There is this thing about Kemi Adegboyi and her height, trying to still rise again to head the ball. I think she might get better with it because she has been practicing that all throughout, games for FC Robo Queens. And maybe she might find a luck in this game, probably. But that was, of course, a good way to want to see if she can find the back of the net. But back-to-back opportunities being cancelled. FC Robo Queens so unlucky at this point. But let's see what they can be able to do with this pass. She tries to send a cross, but that would bounce right in front of the defensive line for Abia Angels, who takes it out. Abdurrashid Miriam. Now with the ball, Abia Angels still in possession. Across Chinaza rather tries to make a run, but that goes out quickly. Etoro, unlucky sides FC Robo Queens in this last few minutes.
Honestly, FC Robo Queens, I would say that there probably would have been 2 goals up. I mean, look at what happened at the last 2 minutes. That
from the free kick and also the corner kick.
Honestly, Abia Angels should be very, very careful at this point. They really should be very careful.
Good connection right here from Kemi down to Esther, from Esther to Tosin Rafiu, who is dispossessed right now by
like I was saying, Abia Angels should really be very, very careful because FC Robo Queens are not backing down anytime soon. And it's just a matter of time. They might just get that goal they've been looking for. You were talking about, Kemi, jumping to get a header. It's just pure instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, even though she had, players, surrounding her already, she still, did that instinctively. So it just goes to tell you, the instinct of an attacker. She wants to make sure she utilizes everything in her arsenal to get the result. And it's just might just be that at the end of the day, she's tried everything, going from the sides, left flank, utilizing the right flank as well. She has really been very, very outstanding in this encounter, as usual, by the way, because in every match she has played in, we've seen how good she is, and this one is no exception.
Well, Oluwakemi Adegboyi has 11 goals this season. Looking at the top scorers list, Oluwakemi has contributed a lot to her side this season, both in the regular season and also scoring 3 during the Super 6. She was the first player to get a brace for her side in the Super 6. Obasi Precious tried to head that to find a player, but Esther Oyenezide would snatch that, getting it forward. But it came back, and of course Rashida would blow this. Loritom Joy would once again stand for duty in this one. She would need to take a direct shot. Okpeyemi Ajakaye tried to give a header there. And at her back, you would find Enuma Chinaza, captain of the side, Abia Angels. I don't think there was a contact there. I think that the force that Okpeyemi Ajakaye was trying to use to get a header or chest the ball was what made her go down in that one. She's back up, nothing too serious. Onyedikachi sends it to the middle. Yusuf Anna. Obasi Precious makes a chase. Oluwakemi is fastest here. Will she be able to get past?
Brilliant, brilliant run from Inyama Chikamso, making sure she dispossesses Kemi before she comes closer. She knows the danger that,
Winner David once again on the run here. But Loitom Joy will do so well to tackle her there. Winner David, of course, an attacking-minded player who sees every ball as an opportunity, as a chance to get her side ahead. She scored the first goal in the 14th minute in this encounter for ABIA Angels and is willing, more than willing, to get more for ABIA Angels in this encounter. Chinaza would stand for this corner kick. She passes it. It's back to Chinaza. Across. That's, of course, the player would make for ABIA Angels. We're talking about Augustina. She slips, thereby shaking her balance there, and that cross, of course, was wayward. Yusuf Anna still gets this. A subtle pass to David. Gets it back to Yusuf Anna, who would now make a chase. Loitom Joy would block that side, but Augustina once again would try her chances, makes effort there. Mercy Olodu gets it. Oyenezide across. Ugberu Lucky sends it back to the middle of the pack. Abdurrashid meets it. Favor Nkocha would get there before the ABIA Angels player. That's Okenwa Chidera. Some back and forth in the middle of the pack right now. Who would have the possession and stand by it? Salawuddin would dispossess Abdurrashid Miriam quickly, as well as ABIA Angels trying to make a run from Favor Ihagwaram. That's not possible. It goes out and it will be a throw in for Favor. Abdurrashid tried to get that. Favor Nkocha raises her leg a little bit higher, getting to the face of Abdurrashid Miriam. And of course, Favor Nkocha would go back to check if she's fine, showing sportsmanship there. And possibly apologizing, but Rashidat would say we need to make sure that everything is fine, talking about the center referee, and she would call on the club's medical team to come check on Abdurrashid Miriam, who is still down. With that kick from Favor Nkocha getting to her face. Well, for these two sides, today is about ending on a high, rewarding their supporters and laying down a marker ahead of the next campaign. David Wiener floats it back. Obasi Precious would ruffle there with Faith Emmanuel, but she's dispossessed. Talking about Faith Emmanuel of FC ROBO Queens. Chidera Okenwa gets it down to David Wiener. David Wiener gets it back to Chidera Okenwa. Okenwa, who makes a run from the right. Struggling there with Salawuddin Safurat of FC ROBO Queens. And the assistant referee already has a flag up, meaning that would have been a futile effort for ABIA Angels, even if they had advanced. FC ROBO, not quite with the connection there. With 36 minutes gone in this encounter, it is ABIA Angels who still lead with the long goal. Favor Nkocha will try to make a chase. That ball rolls out immediately, and Favor Ihagwaram of ABIA Angels would try to now make a connecting throw in. It meets Abdurrashid shortly, gets back to Salawuddin. Salawuddin sends across, tries to find Oyenezide Esther. And it gets to ABIA Angels. ABIA Angels currently in possession. Yusuf Hannah will dribble past Loitom Joy. She advances forward, wasting the ball there.
wasted opportunity.
Exactly.
She had winner David close by. She would just tip the ball to her.
A pass to winner David instead of just advancing forward and making that cross.
A very weak shot. And
Exactly.
from that position, she really can't achieve anything from that shot. She would have just sent that ball
Kemi to
winner
Favor.
David.
Favor back to Kemi. Kemi will try to make it past Ugberu Lucky, who has been on her neck. She gets that back to Favor Nkwocha. Favor would need to break and come back. Finds Faith Emmanuel. Emmanuel sends across. Okpeyemi there. But would be headed by Oyedikachi Okezie. Okpeyemi to Oyenezide. Gets it to Tosin Rafiu. Loitom Joy would load one. Tries to find Kemi. Kemi would control that. Slips a bit. But you have the assistant referee, Rashid, that's sounding a whistle, indicating an offside position for Kemi, who received that ball, tried to control it, but slipped. But she was still gallant enough to be able to be fast with her touches. Very Lucky has so far done the job of tailing Kemi Adegbuyi, always right on time, right in position. Well, it is now back to FC Robo Queens' Favor Nkwocha. And that will be defended well by Favor Ihagwaram of Abia Angels. Throw in. Kemi and Favor would slug it out. Kemi gets past her. Obasi Precious comes into the mix and intercepts. Winner David will slip, but she gets that. It's now down to Hannah Yusuf. Hannah Yusuf, still in possession, sends it far right. Tries to locate Miriam Abdurrashid or Winner David, but that's not made possible with the tight lines that FC Robo Queens gave there. Very close in the middle. Kemi Adegbuyi advances towards Onyedikachi. Tried to snatch that ball, but it will go out with Chinaza walking majestically to take that throw in for Abia Angels in their own half. The threat is not yet averted, as it is still in their own half. Loitom Joy would rush out, trying to gain possession of that ball, but takes it out. Another throw in again. Loitom Joy still advances to Chinaza. Loitom Joy now wins a throw in. Kemi Adegbuyi gets it. There is a contact there with Chinaza, captain of the side, Abia Angels. So far, so good. There has been a bit of breathing space. FC Robo Queens seeming to sit back a bit. Abia Angels still on their toes. Chinaza would now make a run. Kemi trying to dispossess her. Esther Oyenezide steps in. She gets it to Okpeyemi Ajakaye. Ajakaye will now make a run from the right, trying to see if she can get in closely. But of course, there is a clear one from Onyedikachi. Ekezie blocking her. Blocking Okpeyemi Ajakaye from taking her chances, and this would be a corner kick. Chested out, headed out rather. Abia Angels will still do well to gain possession. Obasi Precious gets in. David Winner. Well, there seems to be a block from Robo, who are now on the high lines. Obasi Precious finally gets it. Faith Emmanuel will do well to intercept there. Rashida spots that with that little infringement and says that this would be an advantage to Abia Angels. A free kick here. Chinaza would mount the ball. Winner David will take position. FC Robo Queens gives a shot back. Well, Ugberu Lucky has always done her job to tail Kemi Adegbuyi well, and that's why you see the both of them falling on each other there and on the floor. And you would have Oyedikachi here. A very smooth pass from the middle of the pack, finding Oyedikachi, who comes from the defense line, wanting to advance forward, caught in an offside position. Itoro.
Honestly, Oyedikachi has been rock solid for ABIA Angels at the back, and seeing her make them run from the back, to the front. This is the second time she's been caught offside. A defender trying to make that or take the opportunity. I must say that she is really, really doing well for her team, and of course, that defense for ABIA Angels is the only reason why we've not seen anything from FC Robo Queens. Not that they are not making the runs, not that they are not trying to, get a goal in this game. But then again, you have to go past the three men at the back. So that talked about the captain of the side, Chinasa, Uweruloki, and as well,
Onyedikaji.
Yes,
Exactly.
yeah, definitely. So looking at these players, you know that they know what it means to get. At least they want to finish 8 points. If it ends like this eventually,
Yeah.
however, we're still in the first 45 minutes.
Well, Kemi dispossessed there. Yusuf Hana also brought down Esther Oyenezide, responsible for that one after the quick dispossession from Okweyemi and Kemi. It is now 42 minutes gone in this encounter, and in this 42nd minute, Chinaza would win her side a free kick. She would be set to take this again after taking the first one. David Wiener tries to make a rush past the likes of Miriam Yahaya, but Mercy Olodu would come out quickly as she has seen the ball already in the direction. She gathers it. Faith Emmanuel to Salawuddin to Kemi. Ugberu Lucky clears it. Quick throw in from Favon Kocha. Kemi and Ihia Guaram. It is back to FC Robo Queens. A cross now. Yusuf Anna would block that. Gets it to Winner David, who chests it, tries to control it. But Tosin Rafi will steal it away now. Kocha favor. Salawuddin also in the mix, but she would come down and look at Odunta Azizat. Odunta to Loitam Joy. Loitam Joy, Esther Oyenezide. Esther Oyenezide will be disturbed there. Loitam Joy gets it back, floats it to find Okweyemi Ajakaye. She sends across Oluwakemi Adekboyi. Right there in the mix, advancing also. Chikamso will do the job once more of coming out to get the ball. Winner David, but Oduta Aziz has sent it back. It meets Faith down to Oluwakemi. Kemi finds favor. Faith Emmanuel now from Salawuddin. A cross. Kemi advances again. Oh well. FC Robo Queens this time around a flagged offside even before that opportunity arose there with Chikamso falling off and Kemi Adeboye not being able to meet that ball very well with a collision there. A bit of it from herself and Ugberu Lucky, who in the words of Itoro would say she has been rock solid for her side. Abia Angels or Bassi Precious would like to be in possession of that ball, but Winner David is down. Well, Winner David got that goal in the 14th minute to get her side upwards in this game against FC Robo Queens, but we know that this injury has lingered for some time. She has been playing with this, and at some point in games you would see her holding her head because she is currently, still putting on that bandage wrapped around her head. Even in the last match they played, it was the same thing where she had a collision, a very bad one, if I want to put it that way. And, she was taken out immediately. But then again, she is now down on the turf, being attended to. But here we have 2 minutes of added time in this game.
Yes,
she's been attended
to. Looking at her Winner David, I said it here on match day 2 that I was really surprised that she was, playing the second match. Because
well, before you continue, Rashidat, the center referee, Abdul Ganiyu, has signaled for a stretcher to get Winner David stretchered off here. I think this would be, well, I hope it's nothing too serious from what
the way we are
seeing it, but then again she has to be stretched out. Like you were saying, Itoro,
On match day one, when this this incident happened,
she was stretched off too.
yeah, she was stretched off the pitch as well. And on match day two, I was surprised to see that she was on the starting lineup and with a bandage on her
On her
head.
head.
And she's been playing like that ever since. And here, before now, she's been holding onto her head a few minutes before she went down. Let's hope that this is not too serious. Let's hope that she comes out of this as soon as possible, because she's really been a very, very,
Very instrumental for our
very,
side.
yeah, very instrumental, and a player that has really shown, her brilliance, not just for her team, but we've seen what she can do at the championship as well. Play continues, and of course,
Of course.
like you rightly mentioned, we just have 2 more minutes to the end of the first 45 minutes of this match between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens.
Esther Oyenezide once again. Augustina would tail her, but she sends across successfully. Kemi Adegboyi would rise to see if she can get a header with that one, but not possible. It's back to favor Nkocha. Nkocha down to Salawuddin, who sends another cross again. Kemi would be there. Oh my goodness! A miss. Quite unlucky there, because Chikamso didn't see that.
And that
Kemi decided to, slick into that, open space, and a very good cross, a very good initiative from Salawuddin, who sent that cross. I've always talked about FC Robo Queens trying their crosses from the very left side of the pitch, and they have done it once again. But of course, quite unlucky there for FC Robo Queens. And Salawuddin, Rashid Rada Abdul Ganiyu, center referee, would sound the whistle rather, to signal the conclusion of the first 45 minutes. And both sides, of course, would get into the dugout, but with Abia Angels at advantage here, as winner David got an early goal for Abia Angels in the 14th minute. It is halftime here at the Adoki Amiasimaka Stadium, and it is Abia Angels 1, FC Robo Queens 0. Back to the Adoke Amiesimaka Stadium, where the final 45 minutes awaits Abia Angels and the FC Robo Queens. The players are out. Center referee Rashidat Abduganiyu, assistant ref 1 Bogu Favor, assistant ref 2 Kinde Kogbe. They're all out also. FC Robo Queens and Abia Angels players well right on the turf. Quick throw in, finds Kemi. Salawuddin, a cross in. Okoyemi Ajakaye tries to make a rush. And yeah, we have an opportunity. Well, of course, that was too direct. Chikamso Ihama saw that coming. Very direct to her. And she gathered it without complaints. But it was a good snatch coming from FC Robo Queens to get an opportunity for themselves. And that was from Tosin Rafiu with that chance. Ugberu lucky this time would get it to Abdurrashid Mariam. Abdurrashid Mariam makes it past Alawuddin. Blessing on the ball once more. She lifts that pass. Look at Yusuf Hannah. Olodu Messi tries to come in. Oh my goodness, this could be an error. But FC Robo Queens would make sure that they keep things in order in order not to concede, because that would have been a very big mistake coming in from Messi Olodu, who had to rush out, try to clear the ball. Okon Blessing Okpo, who came in to replace winner David. Another very good pace and pass once more, Itoro. A good replacement for winner David so far from what we have seen her display in the last few minutes.
Honestly, Okon Blessing Ekpo has also brought the same energy that winner David had, in the squad as well, and that tells you how much a team Abia Angel is. I mean, what we've seen so far from a match day 1 to match day 5, we've seen that they've given a good account of themselves. And like I said, they don't, they're not saying, oh, we've got 5 points already. They still want to win.
Exactly.
And with this change, we don't think Abia Angel will be missing, winner David anytime soon. I mean, if at all, the tournament was to, last for a few more days. But then again, she started well. And if she continues like this, we might be getting a goal from Okon Blessing Ekpo as well in this encounter.
Her combination, talking about Okon Blessing Ekpo and that of Yusuf Hannah and Abdurrashid Mariam, is of course a very good one at this point, because we've seen the runs. Okon Blessing sometimes would pause, get back, pause the play, get it back to Abdurrashid Mariam. Sometimes Abdurrashid Mariam would need to find Okon Blessing Ekpo. Blessing would now have to find Yusuf Hannah from the other end. The combination so far has worked. Here Guanam favor, previously down, well taken care of now. Tosin Rafiu gets this free kick taken straight into the box. FC Robo Queen to push it out, but Yenezide Esther gets it straight to Faith Emmanuel. And you have Blessing again, trying to make a run, trying to make sure that she dispossesses Miriam Yahaya and snatches the ball. But it's back to FC Robo Queen, so Yenezide Esther trying to hold it. But of course, Augustina would be there to make things not go well for her. Augustina dribbled Esther Oyenezide there, sent across. Blessing will try to advance, but the defensive line for FC Robo Queens has it taken care of. Talking about Odunta Asizat and Miriam Yahaya. Well, of course, FC Robo Queens had a lot of chances in the first half, not being able to convert them to goals. And this second half, their struggles will still continue. But we've always known them to calmly build something, find the right connection and passes to build up and get themselves a worthy equalizer and more goals. Well, that pass coming in from Blessing, who slipped but had to use her legs. Oduta Aziza took care of that. Well, Mercy Olodu would count herself very lucky, because if Abia Angels would have scored that goal, it would have been the second goal in this encounter, and Mercy Olodu would have blamed herself so much for, breezing out it from her post to try and kick it out, to clear it for, her side.
She's done that in this game now so far 3 times, and I think she needs to really step back. Her players are really doing well, and I think she should do her part as well, hold the line. I mean, considering the fact that the pitch is quite slippery, she might want to run back and then probably trip or something.
Exactly.
And then, causing her team, more damage. So I think she should, put some limitation to her movement between the box and outside the box. And right now you can see she's
standing outside the box.
Outside the box. Yeah, and any good run right now would make her start scrambling.
Would get her off guard.
Yes, she doesn't need that.
Well, she has to run back to her position, seeing that Yusuf Hannah was advancing, and Oduta Azizat cleared it all. Chinaza with a cross there. Blessing would now want to make the run. She tips it. Well, once again, Chidera Okenwa from Chinaza down to Chidera Okenwa. Chidera Okenwa trying to find Blessing. Blessing making that very brilliant run once again. But Messi Olodu would gather it. Okpayemi down to Yenezide, who breaks it, gets it forward. Okpayemi will be trailed by. Oh well, that didn't work out as planned. But Okpayemi was trailed by Chinaza there. She successfully sent it in, trying to locate Kemi. And then that was a little bit of hustle there between Kemi and Chikamso Iyama. And they would get it out at the end of the day, but Chikamso is on the pitch, and Rashidat will signal for the medical team to come take care of her, give her the medical attention needed. Itoro, looking at the Abia Angels side, Uloko Fatima has been the one in between the sticks for them. And looking at what Chikamso has been able to do for her side, Abia Angels, during the first half, one would question and say, what was the coach thinking, playing Oloko Fatima all through, who considered a lot of goals, especially from Edo Queens, considering 6 goals.
Honestly, I was, we're talking about that before we came back, the second half. And the question is, why was Oloko Fatima doing the job all by herself when
From match day 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yes, so when they also have another, great keeper in
Chikamso.
Chikamso Inyama. So, and we see what she's doing here right now. It's a pity that we're only going to see this brilliance for just one day, as
Exactly.
of course, the championship is wrapping up today. But I must give them kudos. It goes a long way to say they have great players. I mean, we've just seen the replacement of winner David and Okon Blessing was all equally, shown great, promise this past few minutes that she's come on. So, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that we're seeing the same with the goalkeeper as well. But then again, the big question is, why would they have kept her until match day 5? I mean, Oloko Fatima would have done her bit, and maybe she gets to maybe 2 or 3, get to play 2 or 3 days as well. Even as we see that they're going to make more, substitutions right now. Talking about Abia Angels.
Exactly, more substitution here. Abia Angels would make the substitution. Chidera Okenwa will be coming out and replaced by Ekezie Chimezie. Saleh Blessing would also be coming in. I was just about to say that Itoro, looking at the bench, you have Okon Blessing Ekpo, you also have Saleh Blessing, and of course Saleh Blessing, just came into this game for Abia Angels. I would say a good addition at the end of the day. And there we have another attack again. Ekeze Chimeze, who just came in, was going to do that. Kemi Adeboye here. And
that was a very rough collision.
Exactly. Rashidat has to sound a whistle quickly for the medical team to come up to attend to Chikamso Ihiyama.
Not giving Kemi Adeboye an opportunity at all, so she dived at her feet.
And Kemi Adegboyi was on full speed to be able to get to that ball quickly and see if she can be able to get the chance to find the back of the net. And so, of course, like you already stated, Chikamso coming out to dive onto the legs of Kemi Adegboyi. And, well, she's down on the turf, being attended to right now swiftly, because they had to do that swiftly. Rashida didn't wait. That's the center referee. She didn't wait to check what was going on. She immediately called on the medical team.
No, looking from where we are right now, you see that that impact was really intense. And of course, they don't have to wait to be called upon. I think she's sitting up right now. Hopefully we can continue to see her in this game. You don't put a ball like that for Kemi, Adeboye, and you think
that she wouldn't make the run for it.
Lash it, to any ball sent to her. And honestly, it was a great calculation by Chikamso as well, because if she had waited, she would have been punished. Kemi knew what she was doing, and she knew for a fact that if she allowed her Kemi to get closer, to
To the
that
post.
ball, there was no way she could stop that. There was no way, because Kemi was free, she wasn't marked, and she
Exactly.
made a brilliant run. I was looking at her when Kemi pulled away. I thought probably she was offside, but then again, I looked and saw that the linesman's flag was down, and I knew, of course, that was going to count if she was able to make anything of that opportunity. But then again, Chikamso made sure that she came out right on time to make sure she stopped her on her tracks.
Well, Chikamso Ihiama is back up, very fine and raring to go. She would make sure that she wears her gloves properly. Ekezie Onyedikachi will launch this ball back in play. Yusuf Hana gets it. Okpeyemi Ajakaye snatches that, gets that to Tosin Rafiu. Tosin Rafiu would break that, get it back to Favon Kocha, who comes back. And this would be a cross. Abdurrashid would head it back to the middle of the pack. Blessing will make a chase for it. She gets it successfully. She gets that very subtle pass right to Abdurrashid Miriam. Favor Ihegwaram would leave that for Blessing again, who passes the ball forward, crosses the ball forward without any blue jerseys to attack. FC Robo Queens will have to be really careful with these changes that Abia Angels have made, with Saleh Blessing and the Blessing Ekpo on the pitch.
A combination of blessings for Abia Angels.
Exactly. Not too far from each other, trying to make the runs. The three of them up front: Blessing Saleh, Okon Blessing Ekpo, Abdurrashid Miriam, wanting to make this work to find another goal for themselves. Kemi Adegbuyi will now get this. She lifts it high, gets it to Esther Oyenezide. She's in the box, tries to pass and tries to find the right connection, and the cross! Oh, Chikamso would be up to the task once again for Abia Angels. And you will look at this performance from Chikamso and you will still question
why has she been on the bench all this time?
I mean, this is the last day, the final day of the Super 6, and we're seeing how good she is. Probably if she had come up, sooner, match day 2-3, they wouldn't have been able to concede a lot of goals. But Kemi Adegbuyi right now, trying to make it past Uberu Lucky. She passes, she gets back. Salawuddin will get this one again. Oh, well, not so good of a pass there, because Saleh Blessing is there to dispossess them. Loitom Joy would rush. Kocha Favor, marked by Chinaza, sent across in. Wasteful one that wasn't even in to the box. It went out. Well, FC Robo Queens have to be strong at this point, because we have seen so much display coming in from the Abia Angels players in the last few minutes. In fact, since the blast of the whistle for the second 45 minutes, and those changes were effected. Esther Oyenezide would miss that one. Abdurrashid Miriam tries to get it, but Salawuddin would dispossess her quickly. It rolls out. Favor Ihegwaram takes a shot. It gets to Yusufana. Emmanuel Faith will dispossess her there. Has a hold of the ball. Controlled it very well. Finds Nkocha Favor. Nkocha Favor gives the pass. Okpeyemi Ajakaye would now make a run. Oh, well. Fine play that would have gone on there, but on Yedikachi properly marked her. Well, we've talked about the pace Okpeyemi Ajakaye possesses. She has been able to find the back of the net once for Abia Angels, for FC Robo Queens rather. And she's making quite a great deal of run, but has not gotten that swift opportunity yet. Oyenezide would launch this corner kick, headed out quickly by Chidera Okenwa. Esther once again will send it in. Punches out. Chikamso punches that out. Blessing now. Well, quietly dispossessed there. Salawuddin dispossessed again by Miriam Abdurrashid. Favor here, Guaram sends it forward. Oduta Azizat will clear it for FC Robo Queens. Swift connections, swift passes we have seen from ABIA Angels. They are definitely
passes,
wanting to find more goals in the game.
Honestly, both ABIA Angels and FC Robo Queen are, giving us a brilliant, entertainment here. Brilliant game of football from this two
Here
sides.
you go again. Yusuf Hana will try to find Saleh. She would first make it past her markers, but no, she doesn't do that successfully. As Loitam Joy would quickly step in the way to intercept there. FC Robo Queens showing that they are also up to the defensive task. Favor here, Guaram. Quick throw in. Miriam Abdurrashid will pull away from Esther Oyenezide. She tries to find Blessing, but Rashida would blow her whistle. Good connections. Again, repeatedly. FC Robo Queens more like they are not seeing those spaces to block, because ABIA Angels are exploiting it through their front lines and their wings. This would be a run from Blessing Okon Ekpo. But, well, of course, Miriam Yaya will be up to the task to quickly clear it out. Well, ABIA Angels have been trying to force their way through to get another goal to make it 2. FC Robo Queens have not been able to get as many chances as they can, but they have tried the long crosses. They have tried the runs, most especially from the right flank. The left has been unexploited by FC Robo Queens. Maybe they should try doing that, because ABIA Angels have that expectation already in their head that Okpayemi Ajakaye, Favon Kocha from the far right would be on the runs there, as well as Tosin Rafiu. So FC Robo Queens at this point might want to switch places, making the runs right where you find Esther Oyenezide, to see if that can work for them. Well, they have not been able to strategically see this. But let's hope and see that maybe in the later stages of the game, they might open up their eyes to this and try to do well. Because Esther Oyenezide has switched. She's quite pacey. But Chinaza will take this free kick, tries to locate Blessing Saleh. Precious Obasi would hustle there for the ball. Oyedi Kachi, she takes it. She locates her player well. But Rashidat again blasts the whistle for an offside. Yusuf Hana cut offside for ABIA Angels. 67 minutes gone in this encounter between ABIA Angels and FC Robo Queens, and ABIA Angels still has the edge with their 1-goal lead, courtesy of winner David, who scored in the 14th minute in the first half. If you're just joining us, we're reaching you live from the Adokia Miesimaka Stadium in Port-HARCOUrt for the NWFL 2025 and 2026 season. This is match day 5, the final day of the competition here. That's the Super 6. ABIA Angels, of course, have their blue jersey on. And FC Robo Queens definitely sporting their yellow jerseys. Okpayemi Ajakaye sent one too far from Kemi Adegbeyi to try to make a chase, but she would go and see if she can threaten Chikamso, who just bends down and says, I am in charge of the ball. She throws to favor Ihagwaram. Sends it forward. Ugberu Lucky locates it, but FC Robo Queen will snatch it through Faith Emmanuel, who tried to locate Esther Oyenezide, but that pass wasn't well done. Emmanuel Faith will head it Miriam Abdurrashid confused about the decision she wants to make. Quite late. Saleh Blessing tries something there, but it falls back to FC Robo Queens from Faith Emmanuel to Kemi. Kemi now back to Abdurrashid. Miriam Ihiagwaram sends it forward. Blessing Saleh will try to make a run. Flagged offside once more. Abia Angels caught off guard, just like we saw in the first half. The same errors coming in. The middle will definitely try to do their job by calculating their movements. Calculating the movements for Blessing Saleh, Blessing Okon, who now has the ball right now, by the way. She tips it forward. Miriam Abdurrashid will be on the run. A weak shot there from Miriam Abdurrashid.
She was very, very far, very far. She would have tried to move the ball a little bit closer. She was very, very far. And yes, she did take a shot, but that shot is very weak.
Of course.
Very, very weak.
That would not pose any problems for Mercy Olodu Okpayemi. Tosin Rafiu makes this run. Oyedikachi would guide her closely alongside Enuma Chinaza. She's still trying to make her way through. Well guided there. Enuma Chinaza, Esther Oyedikachi, and is finally out.
Chinaza and of course Onyedikachi, very lucky for Abia Angels, have really
they've been partnering well, as well as Favor Ihiagwaram from this other flanks. She has tried her best too for Abia Angels. A touch. FC Robo Queens tries to locate Kemi. Esther Oyenezide makes a quick catch there. Ugweru Lucky sends it out. Well, this would be going to the way of Salawuddin. She gets it, but she loses possession. Abia Angels, Favor Ihiagwaram sends it to Blessing. Blessing to Abdurrashid Miriam. Abdurrashid Miriam would need to make a decision here. She gets that to Chimeze Ekezie, who is not able to handle that. Favor to Ihiagwaram. Favor to Abdurrashid. Blessing. She places that pass, but that will get to Oduta Azizat of FC Robo Queens first.
That cross was
before it gets to Saleh Blessing.
Yeah, that cross was really, really weak from
Esther Oyenezide right now on the run. A pass there. Baby Chakaye would rush in. Chikamso once again would come out to gather it. She bosses the box for Abia Angels. Quite fantastic. Kemi will ruffle past the markers. Tries to find a good connection on Kocha Favor. She would bring it down back. Loitom Joy, who was trying to still pass it back to Favor on Kocha there, but that was a little bit of too much push, and that goes out. This would be a throw-in for Abia Angels, courtesy of Enuma Chinaza, captain of the side. It's been back and forth in terms of the opportunities right now. A quick throw in, Favor locates it. Okpayemi chests it down, tries to control, but Oyedikachi sends it out. Tosin Rafiu, Favor, Tosin. That ball was already out before Chinaza would try to clear it again. Chinaza. Favor. Yusuf Hana would get a hold of that. Blessing Saleh. Back to Yusuf Hana, who tried to handle it. Quick connection there. That's one thing that Abia Angels have been able to use to their advantage so far in the game. But that right there didn't work as Yusuf Hana let that go. Well, we see the Prosperity Girls in the building. That's Bayelsa Queens as well as Rivers Angels also, who are in the building. Also looking at this game, Abia Angels. That's a free kick taken. Chikamso comes out to punch it. Rashidat already sounds her whistle. Abia Angels has a player sitting close to the goalkeeper's post. Rashidat will signal her to get up. Well, I think that will be Onyedikachi of Abia Angels. Ugberu Lucky gives this forward. Yusuf Anna receives it, gets it down for Blessing Saleh to make a chase. Offside. She's caught offside. Of course, that's why Loitom Joy didn't bother with that chase of Blessing Saleh, because she really saw that she was offside.
Already offside.
Exactly.
Yeah. There was no need to chase. Olodu Messi is kind of like on a holiday right now.
For now. Kemi Adegboyi, she wouldn't need to steady that ball. Sleeps but gets up fast enough. Gets it to Salawuddin Safurat. Salawuddin will send across in.
Kemi never far away. She's never far away from the danger. Hoping that one of it will count.
Blessing Oko now sends across pass. Abdurrashid Mariam was not able to locate that quickly. With a combination of Odutan there, snatching it away, or getting to the ball first, rather. And there will be a change for FC Robo Queens. Godwin Frida will be coming in. And Loitom Joy goes out. Godwin Frida comes in. She has a goal in this tournament already for FC Robo Queens. She came in as a substitute then, and she made the difference in that game, getting a goal for FC Robo Queens. Let's hope that she does this effortlessly this time around for FC Robo Queens, who are searching for an equalizer in this game.
76 minutes gone already as it is. And we can see that FC Robo Queens are still hoping to get it done.
Okpeyemi gets that pass to Kemi Adegboyi. Kemi will double round. She wants to come back to the left, which I think that they have not exploited enough, and she's trying to do that. Has a lot of markers behind her. Oyenezide would be intercepted there by Obasi Precious, but Emmanuel Faye tries to send a shot, which is blocked by Onyedikachi. Obasi Precious would always, I don't know, probably anytime she plays, the dry cleaner would always say, Obasi Precious. I mean, what is happening? Why are you the most dirty?
You can't really blame her entirely.
You can't.
I mean, she's really doing all she
can in the middle. Exactly. Exactly. Intercepting balls, trying the crosses for ABIA Angels. Well, this would be a corner kick. Tosin Rafi will stand behind the ball to take this time around. A launching. A header! Okpeyemi Ajakaye try something there, but well, I don't think that was, placed well with her. That header was placed well. I think it just missed her. They would need to dig deep in this game, find more spaces to exploit from ABIA Angels.
From the way they've been playing, I mean, you hope that at least they can get a point from this game.
Tosin Rafiu again on the run. A pass there. Okpeyemi Ajakaye. Chikamso comes in, but she gets it. Oh my goodness! And it's a goal! FC Robo Queens have found the back of the net. A very good build-up from the middle of the park. And Okpeyemi Ajakaye gets that right. Finally.
Big congratulations to FC Robo Queens. I was just saying it that before the ball, went in, that with the way they played, that they definitely deserve to get a point, at least from this game.
Chikamso has been caught off guard for once. She tried as much as possible that she would to come out, to get that ball personally, to gather it. But then again, Okpeyemi Ajakaye got past her successfully, and she got that goal in the 77th minute. Okpeyemi Ajakaye getting a second goal in the Super 6 this season. Tosin Rafiu, again, she made that pass. She made that beautiful pass from the middle of the park to locate Okpeyemi. And you know that in the first half, Kemi Adegboyi has been trying to get so close to Chikamso, try to lob the ball past her.
She's even done that too in the 45 minutes as well.
But then you see Okpeyemi Ajakaye got that successfully.
That's after
they equalized.
After much effort, I must give it to FC Robo Queen. I mean, they've been knocking on the door. They started the hunt before ABIA Angels, got that goal in the first half. And this is a clean reward for them. And ABIA should not go to sleep, because the FC Robo Queen ladies, of course, are making the move once again. And of course, not other person but Okpeyemi Ajakaye once again in the mix.
Blessing Saleh trying to make it past Odunta Azizat, but that would not be possible. It's out. Yusuf Hana would now want to take a quick throw in. Blessing Saleh, Yusuf Hana, Onyedi Kachi, who has gotten into the middle of the park. But she will be tackled there. With Okpeyemi trying to free that ball from her, and she would get a yellow card. The first yellow card of this encounter goes to Okpeyemi Ajakaye of FC Robo Queens, who just scored a goal for her side to find the equalizer for FC Robo Queens in the 77th minute of the encounter. A tough one. Both sides, like I said, are playing for pride because they're out of the title race. So let's see who gets the maximum points in this encounter.
Going into this game already, ABIA Angels, of course, already had a 5 point compared to FC Robo's 3 point. So can FC Robo get the maximum 3 points here at the end of the day? That's the big question, because we see that they're still, pushing to make sure that they get it right.
Faith Emmanuel tried to launch in, but Uberu Lucky blocks that, gets it backward. Faith Emmanuel again launches in. Obasi Precious gets this one again in the middle of the pack. They send it to locate Blessing Okon. FC Royal Queens will snatch this via Faith Emmanuel. Clipped there with Ekezie Chimeze and Blessing Okon trying to snatch the ball. Salawuddin. Well, ABIA Angels will snatch this right now. Saleh Blessing tries this, but we see contact there from Saleh Blessing and the defender of FC Robo Queens. There was contact there with the legs.
I think that was Yahya Miriam.
Yahya Miriam, yes, who was on the tough. Precious Obasi tries a header there. She would go down as well as the FC Robo Queens player. Okpeyemi Ajakaye would now have the chance to lob in across. She does that successfully. Kemi in the mix. Chikamso comes out quickly to gather it. We've seen this display from her. We're seeing it again. And it's most likely that whenever she does this, it affects her quite a bit.
Yeah,
but
there was a contact from the feet of that player, to her head.
This will be the second time.
Yeah, this will be the second time. I hope, she can get through this without getting injured.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because, see, any cross that comes in from Robo Queens into that box, they find a way to make sure that they get past Chikamso, who they already know comes out. So they always find a way to want to get to the ball before her and, just lob it into
but she's not,
the net.
She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't sit back and allow them to get
me snatches
edge over her.
But Rashidat would need to blow her whistle and say,
because we know how Kemi is. Kemi is little around the area. She is very, very little. Even when she can't get the ball through, she makes sure she gets the crosses in, trying to get some other player to take the chances.
I think
she can't herself.
She looked at it and said, Rashidat Abdugani, center referee, why are you wasting so much time? We need to get things done here. And she decided to take that, but of course Rashidat would spot that and sound the whistle there. Ogberu Lucky or Basi Precious. Face will head it back. Oyenezide gets it, passes it swiftly to Kemi Adegboyi, who goes through the left. Sends across. Chinaza heads it out, gets back to Oyenezide. But she'll be dispossessed there. Blessing Okon trying to locate Saleh, who is far off. Okpeyemi Ajakaye would not need to make a run there. Dispossesses Chinaza. Shot! She shot it right where Chikamso could get it easily. But Okpeyemi Ajakaye, there's something about her. Once she's able to find the back of the net, she gets a lot of motivation moving forward.
You're right about that, because you can see that from that very, position she got that goal. That's the same, angle she has been trying to, exploit over time. And here she comes again with another passer trying to.
Kemi Adegboyi would slip. before getting a proper hold of trying to get a shot. Chikamso releases it quickly to Ugberu Lucky, who gets it now down to Blessing, but that ball rolls out. A quick throw in. Rashida will say Salawuddin needs to get back to the position where it went out from. Salawuddin, Tosin Rafiu, Salawuddin sends one. Look at Kemi. Kemi tries to control that, but she's met with Obasi Precious. She's still there. A very good pass.
But of course,
Offside.
offside.
A very good pass. I mean, there was that connection there. I talked about FC Robo Queens trying to exploit the left, and they have been doing that so far, most especially a good initiative from Kemi Adegboyi, who now spotted that, you know, that entrance, that space, and was trying to find Opeyemi Ajakaye to do the finishing job, but unfortunately caught offside. Chimezie Obasi Precious down to FC Robo now. Opeyemi Ajakaye or Yedikachi fires one straight up. Oduta Azizat guides that to Messi Olodu. And look at this error here. Blessing Saleh. Would she want to make use of this? She gets that to Miriam Abdurrashid. Ekezie will take it back to reduce the pressure on them. That would have been a beautiful opportunity for ABIA Angels to go ahead in this encounter.
You know,
look at what just happened.
You know,
Olodo Messi, I don't know what she was doing.
Once again,
she wouldn't have been able to gather that ball.
Once again, coming out again and almost costing her team, you know, the position they are in right now. I don't know why. I don't know why she does that. The first goal scored by winner David, she
was also an error.
Yeah, it was an error. She had to run out.
Kemi,
why did she do that?
Well, she's flagged offside. I like that whenever Kemi has the ball, she goes full throttle. It doesn't matter until she hears the sound of the whistle, but she goes full throttle. That's what she had just done. And we would always say that the players do your job fully and let's leave the rest, you know, for the referee. But talking about that error once again, Odunta Azizat, who has been a standout player in the defense for FC Robo Queens, guided that ball back, you know, to Messi. But Messi decided that she wouldn't be able to get it.
And here comes ABIA Angels once again.
Well, blocked there. Messi Olodu needs to be very careful.
She needs to be very, very careful, very extra careful. I mean, her attackers are doing the work up front. She should be able to hold her lines at the back.
Blessing Saleh gets past Oyenezide. They will clear it. It lands back to face Emmanuel. Yusuf Anna now. ABIA Angels now in possession, trying to get their way through. Basi Precious would ruffle Tosin Rafiu there, and Rashidat sounds the whistle. A free kick. Favon Kocha takes this. Opeyemi Ajakaye shuts it down, leaves it for our players to try to get a hold of the possession. Well, Opeyemi Ajakaye would need to be careful with the way that she brings up, you know, tries to control the ball, most especially from her chest, because we've seen this affect her in the first half, where she tried to do that and, you know, she was down for a beat before getting up. But let's see what FC Robo Queens would make out of this, because so far so good. They have been trying their best to get ahead. Esther Oyenezide would stand behind the ball. Chikamso punch that down. She brings it down, and she's able to gather it at the long run. Of course, trying to avert any threat from the second half substitute. That's Godwin Frida. A header to clear the lands. Ugberu Lucky will get that to Chimezie Kezie. Ugberu Lucky back again. She sends across Saleh Blessing, and Okon Blessing makes a chase for it. She shares for Tuta. Messi would come out and punch that out. Well, this time around it worked.
No, she was quite close. I think that that was well calculated by Messi Olodu. She calculated that one very well, because if she hadn't, you know, come forward a bit, it would have been a very, very painful end for FC European. I mean, after putting in so much effort to get an equalizer with all they've done from the very first half. if they can get the maximum point, I'm very sure that they would surely hope to get at least a point out of this encounter with Abia Angels.
Okpayemi. Well, that ball gets into the hands of Abia Angels at the end of the day, but it is back to Favon Kocha, who sent a shot. 87 minutes gone in this encounter between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens, and they are tied currently 1-1. Blessing Saleh would need to move past the markers. A cross from Chimezie, locating Abdurrashid, who wanted to make a run but flagged offside. 1-1 it stands right now at the 87th minute. In the 14th minute was when winner David scored for Abia Angels, and Okpayemi Ajakaye equalized in the 77th minute. Salawuddin sends it in. Ugberu Lucky misses out on that, trying to clear it. Kemi Adegbuyi would pass. She's still in the box. Quite dangerous here. She tries her possible best. I will tell you that's a good play.
Kemi Adebuyi once again with another brilliant performance. Honestly, had it been a Chikamso, I wasn't paying attention. That would have just gone right through. And of course, FC Robo Queens will be 2 goals up right now. But then again, Kemi Adebuyi, a great revelation indeed in the Nigerian Women's Football League 2026.
Faith Emmanuel.
And I know she's not tired. She still has enough to give.
Enough to give. She's 15 years old.
She still has enough to give.
Salawuddin quick with that throw in. Oyenezide controls it. Abdurrashid on the mark. And it's 5 minutes of added time here at the Adokia Mesmaka Stadium. Faith Emmanuel will try to connect with Kemi Adegbuyi at the front, but Uberu Lucky gets it. Saleh Blessing tries to make a chase. Olodo Messi would be careful enough to, get it out, because she was trying to attempt a pass there to one of her players, but that goes out. 5 minutes of added time. Enough for either side to find the back of the net still. I would always say there is still pride, character, and a strong finish to play for between these both sides. They have come, they have shown prowess, they've proven themselves with a lot of talent. You may not find big profile names in these teams, both teams, but they are getting the job done. Kemi would make a chase. She gets a pass there. Okpayemi was supposed to meet up with that, and that's why, of course, she does that. But when you have Chikamso in between the sticks for Abia Angels, she wouldn't wait for that pass to be completed.
Okay, they did a brilliant job, guiding that ball to Chikamso and making it quite easy for her to grab onto at the end of the day.
Godwin Frida has not been able to open up herself for some runs. Godwin Frida dispossessed. Quick throw in. Okpayemi Ajakaye would be tailed by Chinaza. Chinaza on her neck there. She would send it back. Favor fires it in. Emmanuel David, a header there. Kemi Adegbuyi would want to rush that. Chikamso already has it in her hands. Launches it forward. Hannah Yusuf. Rashidat, center referee, will get that back to Salawuddin, who takes a shot in. Yusuf Anna or Basi Precious. Basi Precious tries to waste her option. Saleh Blessing here, but wouldn't connect with that one. Salawuddin will send it back. Godwin Frida, Faith Emmanuel, Okpayemi Ajakaye. A subtle cross. Well, she saw quite a space there, trying to locate Kemi. That wouldn't be possible. Another cross again into the box, straight into the arms of Chikamso. Odunta Azizat sends it back. Tosin Rafiu lobs it, and that will be in an offside position for Kemi Adegboyi, who located that one swiftly. Oh, Chikamso is down, and we'll call on the medics. Oh, she appears to be back up. We're trying to explain to the referee, Rashidat Abdulganiyu, maybe doing some stretches to help her feel better. Tosin Rafiu, Okpeyemi Ajakaye, Godwin Frida, a long cross in, way too much for either of Kemi Adegboyi or Esther to locate. Odunta guides that to Olodu Messi, who gives a sharp pass back to Odunta Azizat, floats it into the area. Godwin Frida makes a run. Chinaza will tail her. Chinaza gets a hold of the ball. With the tackle there. And Oyedikachi Ekezie would fire on this free kick for Abia Angels. And there you have it. The final whistle sounds and honors are even between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens. Neither side could find a decisive breakthrough, and perhaps a draw is a fair reflection of a fiercely contested encounter. While the championship race belonged to others, both teams have shown determination and character throughout this tournament, and they leave the Super Six with valuable experience, memories, and plenty to build upon next season. No winner here today, but plenty of effort, commitment, and entertainment. It finishes all square between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens as the curtain falls on their 2026 NWFL Premiership Super 6 campaign. They have shown grit all through. But full-time scores right here at the Adoke Amesimaka Stadium, match day 5 between Abia Angels and FC Robo Queens. It is 1-1. Coming up next is a title deciding fight between Edo Queens and Bayelsa Queens, as well as Nasarawa Amazons versus Rivers Angels. We'll see you in the next 2 games.
My brother, thank you. I told you thank you. I mean, when you sent it. For FC Robo Queens and Abia Angels. Abia Angels are finishing the Super 6 with 6 points, and of course FC Robo Queens are finishing with 4 points. And here we're going to get the reaction from the coaches, at least to tell us how they performed at the Super 6. Coach Emmanuel Asaho?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I mean, yes, your team has done well. I mean, they gave a good account of themselves, finishing, of course, with a 4 point at the Super 6. Can you tell us how you assess your team's performance at the Super 6?
The assessment, if I want to assess my team, I will call them minor because of their age and their presence here is the first time. And I don't really portion much blame because it's new. It's new to them. A lot of things that they have seen here, we are learning from it. So they tried. It's like that. At least they're able to get some points. It's something.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Emmanuel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let's see if we can get across to the FC, to the Abia Angels coaching crew. and of course, I get their own reaction as well. I mean, regular season is not the same thing as the Super Six season. Coach Emmanuel Osawa says, well, if he's rating his, if he wants to assess his team, he will say they are minor because I mean, this is new. According to him, he said it's new, and the team is new as well. So he will say, well, they perform, maybe not the way he really expected. Let's wait to hear from the coach of ABIA Angels. And don't forget that we still have 2 more matches today. Edo Queens are set to take on Bayelsa Queens. And of course, the host city, talking about Rivers Angels, will be taking on Nasarawa Amazon. Now, these 2 matches will be played simultaneously. And of course, at the end of the day, we will know who will be the winner of the 2026 Super Six Championship. All right, so the coach of ABIA Angels is here, or the assistant coach. Come close, coach. Yes, your girls, of course, put on another great performance today. You had so many opportunities, or you only got a goal at the end of the day. You finished with 6 points. I mean, coming here, I remember talking to you the first day. You said that, people perceive you to be the underdog, and you are going to prove a point. Is this your way of saying you've proven a point, here at the NWFL Super Six Championship?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I would say it is a way of proving the points, because when the people say we had ABIA Angels and being our first time to be in the Super Six, everybody were like, oh, it's gonna be a win-win-win-win against us. But my guests came for the very first time and they proved a point and they make a point. So that's it.
All right, coach. So you're leaving the Super Six with 6 points. I know you didn't see that coming because you said some people said you are an underdog, but living with 6 points, I mean, how will you assess your team's performance?
Okay, I would say my girls did very, very, very well. As the game progresses, we had some few ones that had injuries. So you see, that's why even today we have to suffer because we were up winning, but we have to make some few changes because some of the players in the course of the game they have some little injuries that brought us setback.
All right. Thank you very much, coach. Thank you very much. Thank you. And congratulations to your team.
Thank you.
All right, like I said, we still have 2 more matches to go today. Edo Queens are set to take on the reigning champions, Bayelsa Queen, and that is one match that I say would be getting enough attention because, of course, Edo Queens are sitting pretty at the top with 9 points. Of course, Bayelsa going into that game with 7 points. The other match of the day is the Nasarawa Amazons taking on the host Rivers Angels. Nasarawa with 7 points, taking on Rivers Angels with 3 points. Now, we are bringing it down to the wire at the end of the day. And of course, this is going to be a cracker. So don't go nowhere, and we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.